All right.
And we are recorded. Yay!
Hello.
Recorded. Yeah. All right. The enthusiasm of this crowd never fails to absolutely amaze me. We are, in fact, for you watching at home, really excited about doing the second half of this two-part special started over on the Nerdarchy channel. So please go over there, pause this recording, stop the live, do whatever you have to do. Go and watch that now, and then come back and watch this because it was fantastic, fun-filled. There was capering going on. We did all sorts of fantastic animal-filled shenanigans. But we are here to finish it off for you right here on the Hit Points Not Required channel. If you're new here, please take a moment and bask in the wonder that is our channel. Subscribe to it if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Twitch, do all the stuff, like us, love us. But first, we should tell you who we are. So we are resuming with the same people, but we'll introduce you again just in case you forgot, because I know I have. So starting all the way over on my right, our zookeeper extraordinaire, the man, the myth, somewhat legendary, Nerdarchist Ted.
Hey everybody, I'm Nerdarchist Ted from Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. If you haven't heard of this before, Zoo Mafia RPG is a wondrous RPG that we are in the midst of creating. We're looking to bring it to Kickstarter in the near future again. If you look down below, you should find all the information in the details to get the Kickstarter follow page, as well as the Nerdarchy newsletter. Sorry, not the Nerdarchy newsletter, the Zoo Mafia newsletter. And you can always go to ZooMafiaRPG.com to follow along to that.
Fantastic. All of the newsletters, make sure you get those and read those. They are very important and informative. And moving over one square, we have, obviously, the green is always grasser. Yes, the green is always grasser, and the grass is always greener on the other side, especially when it's a meadow.
So funny. Howdy. Meadow, she pronouns. You can find me at Howdy Love Darling GM. Tonight I will be playing Cornelius Curmudgeon, the little cotton-top tamarin.
Fantastic. And one square over, I'm not sure who it is because they are anonymous, but I hear they're MJ.
Hi, it's MJ. I go by they, them pronouns, and I'm just super happy to be here. I'm going to be playing a cantankerous little red panda by the name of Reggie the Red.
Fantastic. I am Chuckles. That's Chuck with an L-A-Z. I think I'm funny, but then I get things backwards because, the green is always grasser. I go with he, him pronouns, and I will be playing our favorite little guy, the chameleon, looking in every direction at the same time and not messing anything up for anybody else. Continuing around, sometimes I'm wrong, but he is always Wainwright.
Hello, I'm Wainwright. I'm going to ignore that one that time. And I'm going to be playing Montgomery Monroe, who is a more than lovely, super charming sort of little magpie, but he will steal everything from you.
Just like my thunder was just stolen, I was ignored. I hate being ignored. But rounding out the cast for this evening, we have, my favorite shade of purple, Violet.
Hello, I'm Violet, she, her pronouns, and I will be playing the speediest sloth that you know. Goes by Ophelia Overdrive.
Oh.
And with that, you have met us, and now we resume our tale with a high-speed pursuit already in progress. Take it away, Ted.
So, again, this is Zoo Mafia RPG, a system where the players are zoo animals that are trying to get made. They're trying to join an established mafia family within the zoo. We take you to the Creature Caverns, a wondrous zoo set up in 3 areas. You have the heights set up above the territory of the notorious Owl Capone, the mafia boss that our illustrious mob here is trying to impress. They are in amidst of a mob. They're in the midst of a job where they have gone down into the water side and stolen barrels of Machine Gun Otto's famous new version of peanut rum. 2 barrels of this heavily sought after rum sit nestled in the golf cart that Ophelia is driving. They have just infiltrated the speakeasy, the barrel house, and are fleeing the scene of immense destruction that the mob has left in their wake. But they did not get off scot-free, as 3 golf carts full of otter mooks are chasing after with guns ablazing. So, in the heat of all of this moment, gunfire sounds all around you. And as we start our first combat of this particular story, I'm going to be mean and start us off with a hard move. All of you are hit for 1 point of damage as 12 guns go ablazing, spread out from 3 golf carts.
No.
Ophelia, darling, faster.
Flooring it.
So, the way combat works in this particular game, there is no initiative. You guys determine the order. I don't roll any dice. I don't have any say in what actually happens. That's all set upon by you guys. So, who wants to do what?
Reggie is going to throw off his coat, drop it down, pull out the Tommy gun that he's been hiding under the coat. He's just like he tries to put himself as if he's super accomplished, super chill under pressure, everything else, and he's kind of freaking out in the backseat, like, "What is going on? I don't know if we're gonna make it out of this alive, but I ain't dying either." He's gonna pop up over the seat and just just go at it. Just unleash.
All right, so bring the heat. Roll precision.
Here we go. Okay. I got a 8 and a precision's +2, so 10.
All right, that is a success. Do you wish to do, because you are a button wielding a Tommy gun, you have a total of 4 damage. You can spread that out amongst 4 targets, or really annihilate one of them.
I want to spread that out across 4 targets and try and take out as many of these oncoming forces as possible. Or at least slow them down.
All right, your easiest method, you could target 1 golf cart and take out the 4 that are there, or make this a little bit more riskier, and you can try and spread it across multiple carts, but it will require a moxie roll.
A moxie roll. I'm not terribly good at that. I'm gonna go risky though, because that just sounds fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna risk it. We'll see.
All right, so get out of a jam. I'm trying to move quick.
Yo, really good. 11 plus 1, 12.
Okay. So there are a total of 12, otters that are in these golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, only 3 of them are driving, and you can shoot 4 targets. How do you wish to spread your spread of bullets?
I'm just dispersing. He's just kind of rapid firing over. He's not paying too much focus. It's not like he's a master marksman or anything, but he is trying to focus more towards like the guy in the front or the guy driving. So he's aiming for anything that would be immediately up front and maybe disable one of the carts if possible.
All right. Oh, all right. Now this is getting crazy.
They said I was crazy. They were right.
That wasn't them. That was me. I said that.
You're right. Congratulations.
All right, now you're really making me think hard here. So what I'm gonna do is I know this falls under precision, but I think we're gonna do something a little bit tricky here. So how good is your sly?
I have a +0 to that.
All right, so you've got 3 bullets that you can place anywhere you like. But with your 4th shot, because you're trying to disable a vehicle, if you can roll a success on sly, then I will allow you to blow out one of the tires.
Could I spend a mark for him to make him succeed?
Well, I mean, he can roll first and see if.
Can you see as well? Okay, yeah, no worries then. Well, if he does fail, I'm willing to spend a mark on this.
Okay.
All right. That would be an 8 plus 0, so it'd be a success with a consequence.
Okay. Right. So do you want to turn that into a complete success, Montgomery?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So where do you spread your 3 shots, Reggie?
I'm aiming. How many cards are there? Just a.
There's a total of 3 cards.
3 cards. Okay, and I have
4.
3
Yeah, there's 4 otters in each card.
Okay. I'm aiming for the passenger seats, not the driver's seat specifically. So like the lead gunner basically in each of the carts, okay. And then I guess the 4th would be one of the tires. Maybe like the middle cart to see if maybe it goes left or right into the other one, kind of situation. Probably isn't going to work out, but
all right. So three otters go down, and one cart begins to limp along slowly and get lost in the pursuit.
Nice.
We'll see what happens with the 3 otters that are left stranded.
Yeah.
Who wants to do something next?
Yeah, as that happens, once I hear the shots go off, and then because I know my stuff, I can hear that one of those carts is not running right anymore. So I'm gonna start looking for obstacles I can kind of weave around and do some like sort of trick driving here to see if I can kind of lose them or get them to kind of like careen off and crash. Just try to do a little trick driving that they can't keep up with.
All right, so roll Moxie, get out of a jam.
Can I?
Which technically you're trying to get them into, but
can I piggyback on this to try and help it all? Because I have this see everything ability to be able to establish the best route.
So
can we do this together?
So one of the things that can be done in this game is the way assist works is called break it up. So the way you would work here is you are going to. You're going to use your sight ability. So you're going to roll awareness that can possibly give Ophelia a +1 on her Moxie roll. Usually you would roll your Moxie, but as a lookout, I'm going to allow you to roll awareness.
Fantastic. Oh, that's really fantastic. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a grand total of 6, including my awareness.
Okay, so you fail. So you're going to get a +1, +1 XP. Now, because you are attempting to assist, should Ophelia fail in her roll, you suffer the consequences instead of Ophelia.
Yes. Fantastic. So the way this actually works is this chameleon is climbing away from the shot, away from the Tommy gun noise and blast. They're completely the opposite direction, jumping off of that. And my eyes, which are normally like independent of each other, spot something. The other one like swings around like in a targeting mode, and the tongue shoots out, go in that direction. I point with that direction. And hopefully Ophelia gets the message, and nothing bad happens to me at all.
Well, I think I got the message. So I rolled a total of 8, but also I got triples.
Oh,
I've got 3 3s.
So you have triples for a total of 8.
That's exciting.
All right. So with that, let me ask the question. Besides Ophelia, has anyone down a marker?
I've used a marker.
Okay. So Ophelia, you have to give one of your markers to somebody else. I recommend not giving it to Reggie because Reggie is full and it would just be wasted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I see he's trying to help me out. Duke, I'm not sure how he found his way into this group, but he's pulling his weight. It's not a lot of weight, but he's pulling it. So I'm gonna give a marker to Duke.
Wow.
Pulling my tea bag of weight. Got it.
So you managed to, turn a sharp corner, and you're heading to where there is a little bit more tree cover. Now the hasty turn that you make with Duke clinging on the top, has led things a little bit precariously. So we're going to do 2 things. Number 1, for your consequence, Duke, you take a point of damage from the gunfire that's sounding all around you, and you're in a sticky spot as Ophelia makes this hard left turn. So I need you to roll get out of a jam.
All right. Fantastic. Now that doesn't use the ability. The see everything ability says when you roll get out of a jam, you use awareness instead of moxie. But in this case, it's not. It's just a straight get out of a jam. Anytime someone says roll get out of a jam, you're using awareness. Oh, fantastic! All right, that's much better. I do have doubles, 2 6s on the one that's not a 6. Is on the enemy die, so it's the 2 6s are ally and
neutral.
Whatever they are. Ally and neutral, yes.
Ally and neutral. All right, so the neutral boss, everyone gets a +1 forward, and unfortunately, because I think you're now maxed out, the ally boss is supposed to give you a marker, but I believe you're now full, so it gets lost. It's fine. We'll find ways to use that later. The total on that roll is 13, however. Nice. So, as Ophelia makes the sharp left turn, and you feel yourself sliding across the top of this golf cart, narratively describe, do you just cling on and hold for dear life? Do you somersault inside to cover? What happens? You've just taken another bullet fire and successfully, maintain your position on the cart. But you can move as part of this success because you crit. Yeah, quite right. So I'm pointing at a direction with my tongue. And as I go to try and retract the tongue, which happens extremely fast, like 1/100th of a second it takes to get back in, however, not anywhere near as fast as Ophelia is making this cart turn. So that tongue, as it's trying to retract, wraps around a bowl or someplace, a mirror or something in there, and I am hanging via my tongue, clinging on to the outside of the cart, body waving in the wind, changing all sorts of colors so they can't possibly notice me at all to shoot at me or anything. So are you saying you want to be off the cart? Well, my body is hanging off the cart in this scenario, but my tongue is clearly wrapped around.
Wrapped around.
Securely, clearly there's sticky substance on that, so it's fine. I'm not going anywhere. And if the cart ever returns to anything normal, I will retract via my tongue and slam into the. It's making a turn, so it's going in the direction, what have you. So, if you shot out to the left, it could be a scenario that you wrap around and then pull
like you create your role, so you have the ability to stay with the cart or not. It's entirely up to you how you want to narratively describe what happens here.
Yeah, sure. I will swing out around there on my tongue, grab onto a branch, retract the tongue, and then drop into the back of the cart, back on top of Reggie's hat to see exactly what's going on back here. That's
Perfect.
I can't see.
I can see. It's right there. You're 3 o'clock.
It's like there's a tea bag on top of my head. I
My
can't see.
thing said it stopped recording. You guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Can you hear us?
Well, for a second, it stopped recording.
We can hear you.
Sound really robot-y to everyone else?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it does sound a little distorted.
Yeah, you might want to just refresh. We'll totally cut this out in post or
Yes.
leave it in for amusement sake. The director's cut.
Director's got blooper reel. Also, am I the first to be teabagged by a chameleon? Is this a first?
I think
I
so.
mean, I haven't been.
Ah.
And if there was anybody that would have been, it would have been Duke. Hey, you're back.
All right, is this any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, should I hit record again or not bother?
I don't think you need to bother because, Violet, you're not recording, right?
I'm not anyway. Mine stopped working, so I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
All right, so we'll pick off. So you're back in the cart. Ophelia has gone. Duke is gone. Reggie has gone. Corny, Montgomery. Do either of you wish to do anything?
Yeah.
Welcome if you want, Connie. Yeah?
I want to blow something up.
That's what I was hoping for,
I
yes.
think I want to make a big bada boom in here.
Might I suggest
Outside
you
our
blow-
cart.
Might I suggest you blow them up and not us? You went very specific for
Okay.
something.
Okay, listen, I know what I'm doing. And then I look down and I realize that I'm already like lit. My dynamite stick that I stick in like my pants is already lit. I'm like, oh, they shot me in the dynamite. And I grab it and I'm gonna bring the heat and like throw it. I want to throw it at the cart behind
Amazing.
us to like.
Okay. Are you aiming for in front of the cart, into the passengers of the cart, the path?
Yeah, I want to get it right in the passenger seat. I may be thinking of golf carts wrong, but I think they have like that little plexiglass windshield that does have a gap at the top. And I'm gonna try and like.
We're talking about. I mean, we're talking about 1920s, 1930s. So like I view it as more like open. Like there's the bars that secure the
Even
roof,
better.
but it's and besides they're firing guns at you guys. There's no plexi. So,
If there was glass, it's gone now.
Yeehaw. Yeah, straight into the passenger
so
seat.
go ahead and bring the heat.
No, hot potato.
Okay. And I have a +1 to this because of the last move that just happened. Oh,
No.
oops.
I love it when the person with dynamite says,
Oops.
I rolled double 6s, and one of the 6 is on our enemy die, and one of the 6 is on our neutral die.
Okay.
But the total roll
Feel like something
is,
bad just happened.
is 12. The total roll is 12,
Okay.
but I
Well, something good as well.
That's not terrible. So
All right, so that is a critical, which we'll get into in a moment. Costs,
put a pin in that.
you're going to get a -1 forward.
Ooh.
No, that's not a. But with the neutral boss, everyone on your team gets a +1 forward. So for you, it's a wash. You get a +1 and a -1. So it cancels it out. But apparently, you're developing a little bit of a reputation here. So with a stick of dynamite doing quite a lot of damage, the crit does even more. Not only is the golf cart destroyed, but the 3 remaining otters that were in it are now raining down upon their compatriots.
Oh no! Oh, take cover, everybody! Just keep driving. Don't look behind. Nobody look behind.
You really sent him to the other side.
Good
I
job.
can hear his ringing. Are you guys talking?
What?
What? I can't see.
Montgomery, do you have anything you want to do?
These bastards are still chasing us. I think it's about time. And he's going to pull a gun from under his little wing holster. He's got under there to keep it secret. That just miraculously fits the shape of his wing. So he's going to bring the heat, and that's a precision, which I have a +1, and I have a forward.
I can't
So I got
look,
+2.
and I try and cover my eyes.
Not great. I got a 1 and a 2 on the neutral, an ally, and I got a 6 on the enemy die.
Right, so that is a failure. So you gain +1 XP.
Hell yeah.
And just as a reminder, because this is the second session, you did gain 2 XP from last session. So if that happens to bring anyone to a total of 5 or more, you will have the ability to level up and either get another basic move or increase one of your stats, or playbook moves, however you want to refer to it as. But the 3 that are still pursuing, they wind up, I don't know if this golf cart just has a little bit more in it than the one that you guys are driving, but they're actually gaining ground, and the one otter kind of like slinks into the passenger seat, just kind of shoving the body that Reggie took out of the way, and it slumps onto the zoo pathways out of the way, and he takes fire and winds up clipping you in the wing for a point of damage.
Oh, those are my good feathers.
Monty!
I just yelled, they winged him!
As they open fire, because there's still a couple gunmen left in hot pursuit, actually closing the distance. You can see one of them begins taking aim, but they don't seem to be taking aim at you guys. You notice that they're taking a bead on the barrel.
The rum.
Is anyone willing to put themselves in harm's way to protect the asset?
A good drink, yes, sir.
I'm totally putting myself against the barrel, and then
I'm gonna hold Duke in front of me.
Barrel.
I think I might actually, if there's only one cart left in pursuit. Oh, this is stupid. I'm going to
He's stupid.
try to spin the car around like 180, so that instead of aiming at the back of the cart where we've got the stuff loaded up, now they're aiming at the front, and I'm gonna try to go straight at them.
All right. Well, this is a hard move that's happening. So I'm giving you guys the option of one of you can place yourself in the harm's way,
Okay.
or you can let them shoot the barrel.
Nope.
And it looks like Duke is taking the shot. So Duke, you protect your asset and take a point of damage.
Yes.
As Ophelia then swivels around.
And as I spin around and race towards them, I do have the ability to run them down and bop someone with a vehicle.
All right, so go ahead and get out of a jam as you want to like kind of position your cart precisely the way you are looking for.
Great. Let's see. Get out of a jam is
I really hope this pays off. If not, I'm spinning a marker again, I think.
Okay. 11.
All right. So you managed to position it, perfectly as you begin, heading down. Is your goal to ram them, to run them off the road? What are you looking to do?
Run them off
you realize that. All right.
I want to try to knock this vehicle, ideally knock it over so that they can't keep pursuing us. But yeah, knock them off the road.
Oh, it's the same sized vehicle, so getting them to get off the road in a head-on collision is not really easy. If you kind of angle towards the front, where you could kind of make them spin, might be your best bet there.
It is. If I'm using my run them down move, it does say, yeah, you can bop other vehicles and convert damage into effects like running them off the road. So that's what I'm aiming for.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll your moxie to run them down.
I do have doubles.
Are they good doubles or bad doubles?
I mean, I don't have any 6s. I don't know. One of the double. Does it count if I have? Okay, the doubles are on the enemy and ally die.
Yeah, it doesn't. If there's no 6s, it doesn't matter what the doubles are. You just have them.
Okay.
So what is your total?
And the total is 9.
9. All right. So that is success with consequences.
Okay.
So you are going to take a point of damage as enemy fire comes in, but you basically, with you having flipped around, you come in, you hit the front of their car, spin them around, crash them into one of the numerous trees that is on this forested path, and you're now heading back in the direction of the cart that's stopped moving because of Reggie shot out the wheels. All right. Who else wants to do something?
Well, now we're heading back towards that cart.
Yep.
Is Duke still what are you precariously hanging off? What is the deal?
Oh, I
He's
think
hanging on your hat.
No,
Okay.
I'm hanging on the barrel, I think, right? Because I had to go and just took the
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you moved to the barrel.
I'm hanging on the barrel. The bullet hit my horn and glanced off, because otherwise it would have totally immolated me. And during that, my hat fell down over my eyes. So I'm right now going, they got me. The end is coming. Save the road. Save yourselves. I'm done.
Oh, shut up, Duke. Reggie, shoot the bastards.
Coming right up! And I'm gonna hop over the back seat and just kind of hang off the back with the barrels. And I'm gonna try to take my hat, scoop Duke up, and kind of fling him back into the cart so he doesn't fall off the back or something. Put the hat back on.
Okay.
Basically, I just want to put the hat back on and then lower the gun again, and just he's taking aim and he's just gonna say, "I'm seeing red again." He's gonna take aim.
All right. So, in hot pursuit, I'm going to say you can either, get Duke to safety and, not have to roll anything, or you can bring the heat and fire at the other guys, but I don't think you're going to be able to do both.
Okay. Well, I think it's imperative that I use the gun. So I'll be there if it looks like Duke's going to fall off at some point. I can, in the future.
Okay.
Help.
All right. So bring the heat.
All right. Bring in the heat.
Bring in the heat.
Oh, so I got doubles and 1 on the bad guy die, but I got no 6s, no 6s. So that's 10 plus 2 plus 1 because of the forward, so 13.
So you basically annihilate. There's no way to sweep around and get the 3 that are there and the 2 that are still alive behind you. Just without possibly hurting your allies. But the three that are in front of you are now paced, because they each
Perfect.
took a couple of bullets.
Yeah, he's basically just like on the back of this with the Tommy gun, just laughing maniacally, eyes twitching a little bit as he's going to town.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not, in the same school of thought as Machine Gun Otto?
Sure, you're in the right guy.
They don't call me Red for nothing.
I'm glad we've got you instead of them.
All right. So with only 2 mooks left, we'll kind of wash the scene as their card is not working. You guys can easily decide to mow them down so there's no witnesses or not. So narratively, describe how this scene ends collectively.
I am mowing them down.
Yes.
I'm just
no witnesses.
I'm just looking up now that the hat is moved and I can see again. I just look up at Monty and I pull out Reggie's pocket watch. Oh, see that he gets this back. I'm done for.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Sure, pal.
I'm gonna reach one long arm back into the back of the cart and pull out my sawed-off shotgun as we pull up to where they are, just in case I miss them with the cart.
Drive by. Love it.
It's a shiny watch.
I'm gonna make sure they're taken care of.
All right. So you managed to take them out. Now, do you stash the rum or do you head straight to the heights?
I think we should get this back as soon as possible. I don't know what you all think.
Yeah, get this back as soon as we can. If we're seen with this, we're paced.
Just like those guys were.
That's right, Reggie. Put the gun down.
Oh, sorry.
Good lad. Billy, let's get back.
You're up here still. We're all coming down here. I need you to meet us down here, Reg.
Okay. Sorry, I get like that sometimes.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, so as you drive away, you need to find a place to stash the cart. Do you do anything to it? Do you clean it? Do you return it to exactly where you got it? What is your modus operandi?
I'm definitely accustomed to this, and like I will like clean it up, but not too much, because it's probably usually dirty anyway. But any blood splatter, any particular telltale things, I'll kind of buff out real quick. I do also have like some mechanics tools if I need to like make any little tweaks to any damage that might have happened, but just whatever we can do quickly, and then kind of put it not necessarily where I got it, but somewhere that it would reasonably be.
Oh, right.
Is anyone else involved in this process?
Yeah, I'll help if I can. Because she seems to know what she's doing. Montgomery's plan was to strip the seats and burn it all, but
so whoever is involved in this process, if you want to put your peepers to work,
which is an awareness. So I have a +0.
Fantastic.
And I got 2 5s on the ally and neutral and a 4 on the enemy die. So that is 10 overall. I don't have any bonuses.
I got triples again.
Jeez.
It's
so,
not good. It's not good.
So Montgomery, you get a +1 forward on your next roll.
Nice.
And I'll explain that in a second. So Ophelia, you got triples again, and what is your total?
6.
Oof.
Oh, triples with a 6 is lose a marker. This is not going well for you.
No.
So Montgomery, what you spot that Ophelia doesn't is this golf cart is clearly seen gunfire. There's a couple of spots where there's like bullets lodged in, and I guess because of the dark or the angle of the way the shadows are hitting at night, Ophelia went through and was concerned with the blood, but not so much the bullets. And we'll say that the loss of a marker is because there's going to be a spot that even Montgomery didn't notice, even though you rolled really well. That could have some consequences for Ophelia later on.
Mm-hmm.
So did we drop off the barrels or take them out?
This is happening, and then it's going to be, because you can't drive the golf cart up to
Exactly
the trees.
Yeah,
So
we need to go somewhere and unload the barrels and everything, and then go and put the cart somewhere, right? We're not doing all that at the same place.
Well, depending on where we're putting the cart, but yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
We've tidied it up a bit. We'll find somewhere to put these barrels, and then we'll ditch the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, in process, who is leading the charge to sneak the barrels up into the trees?
I'm pretty stealthy. I can help.
I am always up in the trees, so I can definitely, once the cart's taken care of, can definitely help out with that.
Yeah.
Well, I need somebody to, claim the front and commit a caper to lead you guys all through a stealthy path and remain unseen with traveling with booze.
I can fly. I'll do reconnaissance and I'll try and communicate between all of us.
I'm just gonna stand by with a marker for when this goes poorly. I already talked to a guy this afternoon. Matter of fact, I mean, I overheard while we were hanging out. I oversaw. What was their name? Not Frank Sinatra. Who was it?
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra was, is actually in league and was there to spy on what was going on. So I made a deal with them to help us get up into autos later on. But if we don't need to use it, we absolutely don't have to use it. But I'll keep that card in my back pocket because Spin and I go way back.
So for commit caper, it's sly, so I have a +1, and I have a forward, so I get +2. I got a 5 and a 6 on the neutral and ally, so that's 11 + 2, 13. And I got a 3 on the enemy die.
All right. So you managed to guide them through quite easily. There is some random people that you managed to signal your crew to get out of the way.
You can't go this way, love. This part of the zoo's closed for now. Bit of maintenance, don't worry.
No, but you get them there, and over the course of the next hour, as dawn is fast approaching, you manage to get the barrels up into Al Capone's territory and get to the lookout, and from there you send word to one Brad Spit to be able to drop off the rum.
I'll definitely fill up my flask first, so I have some to split with Sinatra later.
So you hand off the rum. I imagine you guys are keeping the peanuts.
Yes.
There is a.
Yep.
Exactly.
In comparison, there's a very small pouch of peanuts passed along to each of you for delivering the rum. Again, it's very small in comparison to the sack that you graded. And since you don't tell him about it, then he's not the wiser for now. It's like, all right.
Oh, Lydia, that was fantastic driving. Where did you learn how to drive like that?
Practice.
I mean, now if you could only learn to drive on the correct side of the road, things would be much better.
Whichever side of the road I'm on is the correct side.
Didn't you do a fantastic job, Reggie?
Absolutely. You almost fell off the back there a couple of times. I'm surprised you managed to find your way back on, but hey, lucky lizard.
Where there's a tongue, there's a way. That's all. Oh. It's an old chameleon saying.
Is it?
So Brad takes in the sight of you, all of you, with various obvious signs of being in a firefight.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Dawn will be here soon. We've got the stupid role to play, but tomorrow evening, come on back. I got another mission for you, and I think this one's going to be a little different.
Well, different.
Oh. All right.
So,
A little different.
again,
I'm not sure I like the sound
the
of
nod of the cat. The nod of the cat.
Yeah.
The nod of the cat. So see you all tomorrow, and with that, we'll take a quick break here, and we'll be back in just a minute or so, and see where the second part comes from.
All right.
Awesome.
Starting our recording. And we are back. So, you guys are in the Lookout, Al Capone's speakeasy. Brad Spitt has, left the table, telling you guys that dawn will be approaching soon, and that you guys are looking a little worse for the wear. Rest up, and that you got another mission that he's going to give you tomorrow night that's going to be a little bit different. He takes his leave again with the nod of his hat, and leaves you to your short-lived merriment before you need to make it back to your own enclosures.
Okay.
So, Reggie, what goes on in the panda area during the day? I'm pretty sure I could return to the chameleon area, but I'm pretty sure they also wouldn't miss me if I wasn't there. They'd never even know, right? I can hang out anywhere.
I mean, you blend in perfectly. Like, that's kind of your whole shtick. So, you're welcome to come back to my place. It's not too flashy, We spend a lot of the time napping. Occasionally, they bring us food. Sometimes a pumpkin. When you see pumpkins, it's everybody goes wild for the pumpkins. It's pumpkin season. Let me tell you.
And are like insects attracted to the pumpkins? Because I could clean up afterwards. That would be fantastic.
That'd be perfect. I don't want bugs.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of bugs.
Oh, yeah, partners here. That sounds great. Let me come back with you. And how did you learn how to do the stuff that you're so really good at that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like if I'm to be perfectly honest, the security guard who kind of patrols the area at nights, he has a thing for all kinds of these tunes and the radio shows and everything, and I can't remember if during the 1920s if there were black and white films. There were black and white films, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in your story there definitely is.
Okay, perfect. And there were black and white films that he was watching, and they had gangsters. It's just it's amazing. You learn how to do it yourself. Old war films and stuff.
Maybe you colonists do have a thing or two going on over here. Let's go back. I would love to see one of these films.
Oh, you gotta come watch. It's great. The gods, they give you all kinds of stuff. They find us cute. We're fluffy. They give us all sorts of treats.
I'm gonna climb back up into the hat and try and get as little blood on it as possible.
So, over the course of the night, you do heal 1 damage for resting. If you guys take a moment to kind of tend wounds, you can heal a second one. But without any further care, that's the best you're going to be able to do.
Yeah, that is what I will do pretty much as soon as we split up. I'm going to be like, well, see y'all later. And then the funny thing is, you see Ophelia scramble up, because I live in the tree sort of area here, scramble up the tree like a little spider, like super fast. It's slightly unsettling.
Oh my God.
And start swinging quickly from one tree to the next, until I get to the one where I usually stay, and then sort of looking around to see if there are any guards on duty. I start moving really slow in case anyone sees me, and then I start to slowly bandage my wounds.
So is there anything anyone else wants to do throughout the evening, or technically early morning.
Yeah, Montgomery's not going to spend his time at his enclosure. He's instead going to cover himself in powdered chalk and go and hang out with the doves. Going to go chat to some of the lovely dove ladies.
All right, give me a start spitting
yes.
roll.
Yes.
Let's see how. Let's
Is
see how
that
well you
magnetism?
smooth. Yep.
Okay, so
How
I have a
much
+2 to
Riz
this.
does you?
I roll Riz, yeah.
Yeah, roll for Riz.
I got a 1 on the enemy die. I got a 4 on the other die, so that's 8 + 2, so I got 10. Let's
All right,
go.
so 10 with doubles. So 10 with doubles is success, and you get a +1 forward. So you've you got a couple of ladies that are hot and bothered.
Good red peanut rum. I know again.
Amazing.
So good.
So
I
during
want
the
to
day,
stash those peanuts somewhere safe.
Like safe,
All right.
like explosives ready to blow up. That kind of safe. Is that one? Don't blow up our peanuts.
Away from my dynamite, I think would be a better choice. Someone I trust. I don't know if I trust anybody. I've been in the game too long. I think I'm going to break up the large sack into like a bunch of little ones and stash them in like various holes across the zoo, so like getting no sleep and like evading the guards as like the zoo comes alive again, so that I can hide these things throughout the day. I think it should be divvied up equally between the people who helped me get it, but we didn't really talk about that because Dawn was like really close. So I just start stashing it so that we can divvy it up equally later.
all right. So you're choosing not to be an animal, and you're gonna hide around the zoo all day.
I'm trying to evade, notice. I definitely don't want to be seen.
Okay, all right. So commit a caper. This is going to be dangerous.
I hope it's not gonna be dangerous.
Well, let's see. Roll it up.
Oh, it is my best stat now. Okay.
I know.
Ooh, I got doubles. Got 2 4s, and that is a 10.
All right. So just like our dove companion over here, that is you're going to get a +1 forward on your next roll, and you manage to avoid being spotted by the guards as you spend a portion of your morning going around and divvying up these things. Because it's a success, I will allow you to either have them stashed across the zoo, or you literally have it divided evenly amongst your party.
Delivered evenly, please.
Oh, that'll make me look great in front of the doves as well.
Yeah.
Right? They just come and give you a
Thanks, man.
sack
I
of
got a
money.
wingman.
It is in your enclosure, not the dove's enclosure.
Damn, I'll return home to money though. That's nice.
Thank you for returning. All right. So as you go about your day doing the stupid animal things that you are required to do to convince the stupid humans that you're just animals, eventually the day breaks, evening falls, the lights go out, and the humans leave the zoo. Yet again, you were given the invite to come back to the lookout and be able to, have a conversation with Brad Spit. Do you all return?
Yeah, dust off my top hat, get everything ready, look over at Reggie. All right, should we shovel off? I didn't eat much during the day. I tried some of those insects, but my tongue was a little sore. I can't. Something happened. I was not really sure, but maybe save some for me for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Do you like pumpkin? I got a little bit of pumpkin here. It's really, really good. Trust me.
I try and taste it, spit it back out. No, that's. I mean,
more for me.
You and your tea and pumpkin and cultural habits here are beastly.
And we'll go. Yeah.
I
I'll walk.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just to say I'll walk with my friend Duke on my hat.
I very slowly pull a leaf off of the tree and just chew it really slowly while I watch the last human leave the area. And then as soon as they're out of sight, I'm like, oh, all right. And I scramble down the tree. And I hurry off to go meet everyone.
Love it.
So you make your way to the lookout, and yet again, you're let in, and you're not led to the table that you were at previously, but you are escorted to a back room.
Ooh.
And as you open the door, or as the door is opened for you, you see Brad Spit, and as much as you can get a smile from a beaked owl, Brad Spit is pleased. So thank you all for coming again. As I said, I got a fun mission, something a little different. But before I deliver that, she wanted to have a quick word. And he kind of steps to the side, and decked out in, her finest suit, the great horned owl, steps from behind, one of those like trifold, changing blinds. And you can tell, like, she's not alone. There's a couple of her other goons here. She doesn't have any weapons on her, but the presence in this room is mind-boggling, as the fact that you didn't have a chance to kind of prepare yourself as she kind of steps forward, being flanked by other goons. So thank you for the first steps in what could potentially be a very profitable relationship. You went above and beyond last night. And here in the Heights, above and beyond is what I expect. Yeah, she turns her head, looking around at all of you and taking in her own minions. Brad is certainly impressive, but pales in comparison to this great horned owl.
Mm-hmm.
I changed color completely to match what she has going on over there to fit in style.
She's got a white suit on that's rimmed in black. It is like the height of fashion and class.
Yeah, white, black trim,
The
little hat on.
Yeah. Reggie will take the hat off, kind of allowing Duke to get onto the back and stand on the white strip around it, the white banded, and kind of hold it in front of his chest. My lady, I'm very happy to please you. Thank you.
The barrel house doesn't seem to be open today. So as you came through, you might have noticed that we're slightly busier tonight. And she gives a sly grin. I believe that's all thanks to the works of you.
Oh, don't mention it, boss. I'm just happy to try the new rum on the menu.
Oh. Well, we can see that as arranged. But I won't tarry long. I'm a very busy owl. But Brad thinks that this next task should be something that will send not only a message of your sincerity to myself, but as a bit of warning to those that aren't willing to work with me. And with the barest tip of her horned head, she nods in your direction and makes her exit, in the direction she came. Brad invites you to, sit at the table, order what you like. And he begins to lay out, the next mission.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't, it doesn't take much to notice for those of you keen to do so. The Brad seems to be leaning towards Reggie as he's talking.
He's totally leaning to me. Reggie's just in the way because I'm on the back.
It's true. It's true.
I believe if you've been around this place for a while, the name Gator Gus has certainly, been known to you.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's tough, he's not indestructible. And to take out Otto's number 2, I think that would send just a little bit of message for those lower down the chain that maybe it's not worth trying to rise up the ranks. And to those in the employ that maybe it might be better to just get out.
So what you want?
So I don't care how. But take him out. Make him sleep with the fishes.
It seems like it'd be pretty homey for him, actually, if he's, a gator. Sorry.
I think they were talking about no crocodile tears for Gator Gus. I think that's where it was.
Yeah, that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
just in case the lines are getting crossed. I want you to kill him. Make him dead.
Thank you very much. That was very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to check in with my network of eyes and ears and see if I can find any information about where Gator Gus might be doing whatever gators do, hot bath, or maybe they're in like the sauna room or something. I have no idea what gators do, but I'm going to check with my people, and we'll get a location. We'll get an idea on this.
All right.
I'd like to use that.
While time isn't expressly concerned, she would appreciate it if there can be some expediency in this. And there's a reward if you can get it done in the next 3 days.
All right.
Well, don't you worry. We'll be right back, lickety-split, with a brand new gator skin purse for the lady.
Do you know how to make a gator skin purse? Or are we going to go see your tailor friend?
I have no idea. We'll probably talk to him.
Duke.
Their shop might not be in the best of repair at the moment. I think it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It'll be fine.
There's a bridge too, man.
Just go check with your networks, Duke.
Okay.
I would also like to call in a favor as well to see if I can get some info, maybe like the whereabouts of the second hand, the right hand man.
So Brad says, the libations are on the house this evening. He again tips his cap. For those paying attention, it's a little bit deeper than what he did yesterday, and he goes and joins.
This is going to make it really easy because I'm just going to invite my eyes and ears over for free drinks because drinks are on the house. So we're just going to take care of all that right here tonight.
All right.
Okay.
So who are you inviting over this time?
I mean, we've made some connections. Definitely the moles and the prairie dog are coming. Since it's free drinks, Frederick is invited over because, we got to make up. They didn't seem so happy with us.
I do owe him one. You can sort that out for me then.
Yeah, the free drinks might help out with that. And if we need somebody that has more, gator experience, I'm thinking one of those little lizards that like runs across the river, the little thing. They probably know where the gators are and everything like that. So inviting the whole crew over, special table in the back, free drinks all night, all the rum they can consume.
Please tell me his name is Skipper.
It is now. All right, roll.
Hilarious. So yeah, roll for your gathering intel.
All right, so no doubles. That is a total of 3 plus 5 is 8. And this is awareness. What are we doing? No, this is sly. So that's 9, and I still have 2 forwards, making a total of 11. Unless the forwards have expired.
So that is a success. So ask your questions.
Oh, all right. So, group, we get to 3 questions. By my thing, we can ask 3 pieces of information. I'm thinking where, when, and then something stupid. Who's got the stupid question? We need to ask a stupid question.
Well, let's ask the first 2.
I wonder
Where and wow.
And then we'll see.
Yeah, where they're likely to be in the next 3 days. When are they likely to be there? And who is their favorite red-headed, caretaker for their treatment?
All right. Let's see here.
I bet it's a mud bath. You have to like mudding.
What kind of wrong thing?
I do that all the time. So Cornelius, how I mean, you sent the cash to everybody, so we're all good with that. Do you need to like get more munitions, or do you have like an infinite supply? Do you have somebody that makes these things for you? That's very interesting to me.
All right. So
you a cop?
there is a spa that Gus occasionally frequents, and kind of it kind of caters towards the more mafioso bent places, and in so doing, it has a mafioso kind of name. It's called the Getaway. Because that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be able to make the getaway. So here it's, there are saunas, spas, hot pools, and Gus actually travels to deep in the underground to actually go to this thing. So he actually is, kind of stepping into Hambino's territory to kind of go to this kind of place.
Interesting.
When is he likely to be there in the next couple of days?
So he usually checks in every few days. I mean, he's some serious muscle for Otto. So with that, not only does he have the peanuts to spend, but he works hard and, therefore feels the need to pamper himself every now and again. And for him, that means every few days. So that tomorrow night he's expected to be there either tomorrow or the next night.
All right, and then do they have a favorite provider of their treatments? And Montgomery, please listen carefully. You will probably need to be impersonating this.
So there doesn't necessarily happen to be a favorite, because it is more about like the isolation and everything else. But to kind of give you an answer, like he tends to choose the services that he's actually going to be left alone for a little while. So
Sounds
that
perfect,
gives
actually.
you an answer that, while it doesn't necessarily really answers your question, gives you the information you're looking for.
That's all right, Skipper. You've been a fantastic help. You're my number one. Just don't tell that to the moles. They get very jealous.
So,
All right.
Skipper, you've paid Skipper well for, the little bit of information that, he has acquired, here and there. But, he, as long as he is paid well, he, plans to stay loyal.
Fantastic. Yes, another round of drinks for all of my friends. All right, so what's the plan?
Ooh, I could call in a favor as well at the start of this job with some of the other people that we've invited here.
Yeah, please.
So I'll do a magnetism. Ooh. I got 2 ones on the natural and the neutral die, on the friendly and neutral die, and I got a 5 on the red. So 4 overall.
Can
That
I
was a
actually
failure with almost.
Can I actually use one of my markers to give that a success?
Sure.
Yay.
I lived.
Yeah. We can use all the
Right,
help
so
we can get.
what does the success get you on calling in the marker? Or calling in a favor?
If I get 1 success, I gain 1 hold, and if it's 10 plus, I get 2 holds. If I get a
There's
question.
2 holds. What 2 questions would you ask?
So we know he's at the spa. We know it's underground. We know it costs peanuts to go to it. He has treatments where he's left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could call in a favor. We could find somebody that maybe has some poison. Not a gun guy.
That's gonna, typically the calling in a favor is you get to ask questions.
Oh, okay, I see.
So you could say who could I talk to get some poison?
Maybe you know someone who works at the spa.
Yeah. Get us
Maybe,
get us
because
some
I
uniform.
get some information on someone that works at the spa. I really like that one. That's good.
All right. So can you get information about someone that works in a spa, and where can you get poison? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, those will be the 2.
All right. So as luck would have it, you talk around, and there is indeed essentially like an ex-mobster. He lived the life for a long time, but it's become too much of a hassle. He used to kind of dealt with the way things used to be, the old style of mafioso, where he tended to only exist with other reptiles. But in his older age, he doesn't really care anymore. But with a little bit of conversation and talking about the bloodshed, it kind of brings a little bit of an old sparkle in his eye. So that if you talk the king and you get him reminiscing, the king cobra just might be willing to part with some venom.
Ooh, excellent. Well, I think we should go talk to the cobra. I mean, we should go talk to the cobra.
Yeah, if you think it's best, we can swing by the cobra.
This guy seems to prefer lizards, so I think Duke actually might be useful.
Sounds good.
You're going to be staff.
Oh! I thought you meant the cobra preferred lizards and.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was going to feed him to you. I was thinking about it.
All right.
I wasn't following the train of thought at first. I'm like, what do you mean? Yes, he prefers talking to reptiles.
He does not prefer them for breakfast. He prefers them.
Phew.
Don't talk about the bloodshed.
But yeah, let's head that way. I'm gonna see if I can get us a vehicle just to cruise in. Why not? We're
Yeah, well,
starting a
right
new
in style.
job. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
Is there a particular vehicle that operates in the mud areas or something?
So golf carts will function in the undergrounds as well as the upper grounds. Yeah, you just again can't take them into the trees.
All right, so that's a 7.
So I think that falls in the same realm of success with just you're not getting the van or a hot air balloon.
So okay, this is obviously up to you. What is reasonable in this context? But technically, in the move, it says one of the things that I could get is a motorcycle, and I really want one.
So you could get a motorcycle, but you're not going to be able to fit everybody.
We can try, right? Pile up. No. All right. I'll just get the cart. I'll go get the cart.
You've got a tamarin, which is a little small. You've got a wren, which is small. You've got a chameleon, which is small, and you got a red panda. I mean, that's a lot of hangers on.
Duke and Montgomery are clearly no problem, but yeah, I think Ophelia, Cornelius, and Reggie all together is going to be a bit much.
If you want to turn in a marker and you get a sidecar,
that's worth it. That's so dangerous for me, but it's worth it.
Tommy gun sidecar, let's go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so Ophelia's just like, I'll be back, guys. Don't worry about it. And then you hear the rumble as they come rolling around the corner. Ophelia on this
not subtle,
like chopper style, leaning back with the long sloth arms.
And you
been so bloody loud.
With the sidecar just cruising. I'm like, hop in, guys.
Did you even find that? Why do they have that?
Don't worry about it.
I jump into it and I fall, so my little tootsies are hanging out the top, kicking, just like into the sidecar.
I climb in, and at the same time, now I'm wearing a biker cut.
Hop on the back, Corny.
Love it.
And
I'm grabbing on.
I'm just gonna put my feet on and then put my wings out, so I'm a spoiler on the back of the bike.
I want to find. So they usually have they'll leave the helmets behind. So I want to find this little helmet and then the little riding goggles, and take my head off. So I've got the little, and I'm just sitting there at the ready, it's time to get
in the sidecar with a gun.
Yeah, like a side gunner, almost like a pilot
sticking out around his face.
Yeah, just
amazing.
All right.
Right up front on the handlebars with just eyes looking out everywhere.
I love it. It's chaos.
All right. So as you kind of make your way through the underground and find this this older cobra, you know that he doesn't tend to deal with the nightlife anymore, and kind of usually lives the more animalistic lifestyle. So he's in his enclosure as you kind of round the corner towards the the reptile house.
Subtle.
How do you approach this situation?
Very politely knock and be like, "Your Majesty, business has arrived."
At the same time, I want to look around.
So
Any indication of what clan he might have been supporting or currently supporting?
He was more the old school style before the rise of the current mafias, where he was only with other reptiles.
So you push Duke to the front.
Is that a Purple Cobra reference, Reggie?
Yes, absolutely.
So he slowly rises from his coils. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Push Duke forward.
Everyone's pushing Duke.
He's a lizard. Go, go, go.
Yeah. We are just looking for some, back in the old school days when you wanted to whack somebody. Yeah, I can see in your eyes. You totally get what I'm talking about. But we're just looking for something to use against a gator. Reptiles rule.
Against a gator.
and I sort of eye peering back behind my head toward Reggie. Eye peering back behind my head. Did I get that right? Was that the right vernacular? Am I saying this correctly?
Just like wincing.
So he looks around, and for a moment, his little snake tongue kind of darts in and out, and he just stares at you, and his head moves slightly to look at the collection of people or whatnot behind you.
Tip the hat.
Your friend over there has a gun. Guns work.
I'm just like polishing it.
What? Yeah, we were looking for something. How did you say, Reggie? A little less showy,
Yeah, a little subtle. This sure should ain't subtle.
I'm gonna just kind of like quietly toss forward a little pouch with my share of the peanuts from last night, and just be like, we can pay for a favor, of course.
Now, that is the first thing I've heard that I like so far. Speak plainly.
How much for the venom?
About this.
How much for the venom? Enough to poison a gator. Big gator.
Which gator are you looking to off?
That'd be the big one. I think his name is Gus.
Oh, this place has seen lots of big gators.
But he's the biggest of them all, I hear.
Otto's second in command.
That is the biggest part about Gus. Gus is not the biggest, but he wants everyone to think that way.
So you think that his ego's a little bit too big for his britches, then? That's what you're saying?
Indeed. So much of this world is different from the time when I did all the things that you like to do now. So how about this? And his tail snakes out and just wraps around the bag of peanuts that Ophelia dropped in. I take this. I give you your venom, which you didn't get from me.
Most no.
And should I ever ask, you owe me a favor.
Right, you heard that, Duke. You owe him a favor.
I think that can work for us.
Sure.
I can tell that you are trying to upset Otto, and that is of an interest to me.
So we're doing you the favor, offing the gator.
No, that is not the favor of which I ask. That is what you wish to make happen. There will be a favor in the future, potentially. That is the way of things.
All right.
So if you guys agree and produce a vial, he
Oh shit.
he will,
Are we supposed to bring it out?
It's not like snakes carry vials around.
Ophelia, quick.
I'm sure Cornelius must have something, right?
I guess I can pour out some of my gunpowder. Hold on. And just like takes out a very long, tall, skinny, like little beaker, and just, man, okay, yeah. And it's very disappointed. But we'll sacrifice a vial, obviously.
So as you kind of hold it out, he like, well, fast as a snake. Like, even though he is older, his teeth kind of lash out in the direction of the vial that you're holding, and you resist the urge to pull back as his fangs kind of come down, and the venom just begins to pour in.
Marty, you see this? It's so cool.
And after a moment, he pulls back and kind of adjusts his jaw and again, and his tongue kind of snakes out in each of your directions. Should I ask? I expect it done. And then without any further words or ceremony, he coils back down, and without even looking in your direction, his tail kind of comes up and just kind of motions you along.
Okay. Cheerio. We're off now.
Time to hit the spa.
Let's get out of here. He gives me the creeps.
He's so cool. I want to be like him one
day. Right. So as we're
you cut your arms and legs off.
As we're kind of nearing the end, considering you wanted to do some outros and what have you, we're gonna, rather than going into like a crazy combat here, if you're looking to just poison this guy, I'm gonna do like a 2 or 3 part check here. So first off, I want to see how good you guys are paying attention as you're getting into all of this. So I want you to put your peepers to work. So who's going to lead that up?
I'll peeper.
Go for it, Duke.
That's a 9.
That is a 9. All right. So there's a little bit of trouble, in this scenario. Is either the gator aware that something is going on, or like, have you aroused suspicion with some of the employees here?
Aroused suspicion. I mean, 100%. I'm aware of stuff going on, but I'm also foreign, so I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing, because this is not the way we do it in our country. So just going off on all the wrong. So definitely people have noticed.
All right. So next is the execution of getting the poison into Gus's preferred beverage. So Cornelius, I want you to let's plan this criminal act. Commit a caper.
Okay. So I have, it's all about timing, where I can roll awareness first to see if I can give like a +1 forward or get one. Can I do that first before rolling? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is absolutely a planning thing. So, stack.
Okay. That is a plus awareness. It's a +1. Okay. I am going to. I'm old. I would like to no more markers. That's it. I'm giving a marker up. I can't afford to make this go sideways.
Does
So
that put
I'm
you at
going
0
to...
markers or 1 left?
No. I still have 1 left.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you spend a marker to turn that into a success.
Yes, please.
And what does that give you? Does that give you a +1 or a +2 on your next roll?
It gives me a +1 ongoing, so it's for the scene. But
Okay.
this is really the only thing I'm doing. So I just wanted the...
Okay. No, sure. So all right. So now roll your sly +1. Now, do you have any forwards as well?
Nope.
I feel like I'm going to be burning a marker here.
So what do you got here?
Burning a community marker here. I think everyone.
Might find a chameleon on some hot coals.
I rolled doubles, but no 6s. I got 2 5s on. So that's a 10 plus 2 is 12 plus the 1, so 13.
Damn.
All right. So absolute success. So this was full narrative control as to how you were managed to get the poison undetected into Gus's beverage of choice. Is this you going in and just dropping? Is this secretly talking to this person and talking to this person and planning out this huge thing?
Yes, I think I give an elbow nudge like this to both Reggie and Montgomery, and I go, start a fight. And I'm going to...
Well, then, you bastard, you think you're hard enough? And I'm a punch, Reggie.
Damn! Yeah, you!
And I'm going to pick up Duke.
Please don't kill me, Reggie.
Camouflage cup-like, so like that he forms the like C part of the cup, like the handle, and place it on the mug that's going on the tray into Gus's room, and spike the drink, or so that Duke can ensure it gets ingested, and then report back. And I trust Ophelia to be ready with the motorcycle sidecar, and I think we've worked out like some kind of like signal, like rev twice or something like that, so that we know she's ready. And then once we get the signal from Ophelia, Montgomery and Reggie start brawling. Duke gets on the cup and gets right in there. It's already poisoned. Duke just has to verify and camouflage out, and we are out of there.
What could go wrong?
All right. So
everything.
That brings us to our last roll. I imagine Ophelia wants to do the get out of a jam. How do you all exit this place?
It's a great question.
Very calmly.
I feel like me and Reggie could sort of tussle enough that eventually we eventually stop and we're like, okay, that's enough. We shake hands and we're like, well, I'll buy you a beer, mate. I'm really sorry about that. It's all mixed up. Thought you were somebody else.
I'd like to clarify that question and ask Ophelia, do we all get out of this?
I mean, if you can get to me, for sure. But you got to get to me first. I'm out there like idling on the bike.
All right, roll, get out of a jam.
All right.
By the way, during the fight, I imagine if you've ever seen red pandas, they do this thing where they rear up on their legs, real dramatic like, and then just fall forward with their little stompy paws. Yeah, that's basically what my fighting looks like.
We're both just posturing to try and look bigger. I've got my wings out.
Absolutely.
All right. You know what? It's like it's success with consequence, but I'm gonna burn a marker and pull myself down to 1. I still have 1 left, but I'm gonna burn 1
to
make this a full success. All right. We need to get out of here.
All right, so if there's anything you want to make change to my narration, let me know.
Sure.
But you guys make this plan. You sneak in. You've got the venom. You get a fight started. Causes a distraction. The drink gets spiked. The alligator, takes the drink. Winds up sinking far below in the mud bath. And a couple of weeks later, the body is pulled out. Gus breathing no more. But for days on end, there was what happened to Gus? What happened to Gus?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really knows. Did he just get tired and take a dirt nap in the mud bath? Who knows? But you guys, after
I think Al Capone probably wants proof. So I'm going to try and, like, if there's like a wristwatch or something that was very personal, I'm going to, since I'm in that room, I'm going to try and snag that. And
sure, no problem. But you guys, day of, you managed to, get back to the bike, head on out of there, completely unobserved and what have you. Sure, there was a little bit of
with my marker to kind
suspicion.
of boost this a little. I'm gonna say I took a broom, like the end of a push broom that was just like laying around the zoo, and attached it to the back of the bike so that it kind of like blurred over the tracks as we drove away. So there's no obvious
just a perfect
tracks.
rectangular line for all of the leaves.
Someone was just sweeping there.
But you managed to get away, and in less than 48 hours from being given the mission, by Brad, you're yet again back at the lookout, and he raises a glass, saying, "Well, time will tell, but I think this is going to be the end of a long and fruitful relationship." And he actually toasts you guys. And with that brings us to the end of our 2-part adventure.
Guys, we're made.
Toss it back to Chuckles.
Fantastic. That was a ton of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed playing Silly Animals, and silly made animals now, man. And before we go, we want to just remind you to go to nerdarchist.com, where you can download this. Nerdarchy.com, where you can download this and play it yourselves. Watch out for the Kickstarter coming soon with an expanded rule set and more things that are available in that quick start guide. So please check that out. And then also, where can we find everybody? Wainwright, where can we find you?
So you can find me out and about as Lord Wainwright on most things, because I'm full of myself, like I said before. But you can see me on Hit Points Not Required. I ran a one-shot for them, for charity, called the Dark Legion. I'm also up for commissions for maps, voice acting, that sort of thing. So find me if you can.
Fantastic. Violet, how about you?
Oh, you can always find me right here. Hit Points Not Required. In our one-shots, in our happy hours, hanging out, chatting TTRPG related topics. I'm always here.
Always here and always delightful. Ted.
So you can find me. Just look up Nerdarchy. We got nerdarchy.com, YouTube/Nerdarchy, Facebook/Nerdarchy. We're all over the place. If you want information more about Zoo Mafia, ZooMafiaRPG.com will take you to the site that will allow you to join the Zoo Mafia newsletter. We promise we're only going to talk to you about Zoo Mafia stuff. The Nerdarchy.com will have the quick start rules and the information. I'm writing a continuing blog post about Zoo Mafia every single week that you can gather more information and more rules as we get closer and closer to our relaunch. If you come over to our games Tuesday nights in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be running a new campaign set in a very different location than what we saw here. And there's 3 other full campaigns on the channel that you can check out if Zoo Mafia happens to appeal to you.
Fantastic. Meadow, what do you have going on?
Howdy, I'm Meadow. You can find me at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM. I have a lot going on in the next coming week, so follow me on socials so I can update you on that. There's no way I'm going to release the full schedule here. Happy holidays, spooky month, all that good stuff. This was so fun. You should play this game with all your friends.
Fantastic.
And one enemy.
Hi, MJ. Had a blast here. You can find me Anonymous MJ. The O's are zeros. Keep that in mind on Twitch and socials. You can also find me on twitch.tv/AltersDenAdventures and occasionally on Hit Points Not Required. I do voice acting. I do games. I do all kinds of variety gaming and streaming and stuff. So, yeah, follow me.
Fantastic. I am Chuckles. I am here on Hit Points Not Required. You can find me in Chuckles. That's Chuck with an L-A-Z on all sorts of different social medias where I will post adventures as I create cosplays and go to Tokyo and wherever else I end up this year. You can also find us here for happy hours in addition to actual plays where we just talk all sorts of nerdy stuff. Always a good time. We want to thank Rook for wonderful production on this and keeping us all rolling and sounding and looking the way we're supposed to. And follow us everywhere. Go to our Discord afterwards. We are going to have an epilogue for this. And also on that Discord, tell us what kind of animal you would play or are planning on playing or are playing in your own Zoo Mafia adventures. And with that, we bid you good day, good night, good afternoon, whatever time you happen to be watching this, and remind you, hit points are not required to have a good time.
Love you.
Bye.